welcome to Starting Over. This is the rebirth of Starting Over. With me is the one and only Avellena McLean. Good day, Avellena. Yes. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
I like to say blessed and highly favored.
Great. Awesome. Discover beauty with confidence at HD Lady Limited, Grenada's home for vegan, cruelty-free, high-definition cosmetics. Visit us at the Deco Building, Tempe St. George, or the Outlet Galleria Mall, Grand Anse. Shop online at hdladymakeup.com or order via WhatsApp at 473-406-2129 for convenient delivery or pickup. From professional makeup artistry to premium skincare and beauty education, HD Lady empowers your beauty your way. HD Lady Limited, confidence redefined. Do you like soca and calypso music as much as I do? Ooh, you like to shake it? Look no further. Livewire HD, online or 101.1 FM. Soca first. Soca music all day, every day. Where else you getting that? Only on Livewire HD. Alright? 101.1 FM. LivewireHD.com. Do you like this painting behind me? I know I do. I love it. It belongs to one of my friends who's an artist, John Henry, and he was so gracious to allow it to be a part of my set. And you know what? If you would like to have it in your home, you can. Okay? So, if you'd like to purchase it, message me and I'll put you in touch with John Henry. So, starting over, and we're talking about when life throws you a bone or lemons, either you query about how sour it is or you make lemonade, right? And we're talking with Avellena, who's had to make lemonade. Okay, Avellena, first and foremost, where are you from in Grenada?
I live in Egmont.
Oh, you live in Egmont. Okay. So, we are talking about something that is taboo a lot in our society. You know that, I know that, and it has to do with mental health. This is World Suicide Prevention Month, and next month, which is October, the focus is going to be mental health. And Avellena has had to face mental health challenges. So tell me, how old were you when you were diagnosed with a mental health condition?
Well, at the age of 15, while I was in the last semester of my fifth form schooling, I was diagnosed as being bipolar. As I said, at the age of 15. And
what led up to that?
Well, I had a nervous breakdown due to the fact that my studying habits was just not right. I used to come home on evenings from school, would do homework, have something to eat, have a shower, take a rest from about 6 to 9 o'clock, and then I would get up and study from 9 till time to go to school next day. And I used to drink a lot of coffee to keep me up to study.
Whoa.
So that led to the breakdown of my nervous system.
Wow. Did you have mental health challenges within your family?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay.
So I would have been the first.
Wow. You were in fifth form? You were 15. How many subjects were you doing?
7.
Wow. Okay.
And this was all in Trinidad. Huh?
Oh, you were in Trinidad at the time?
Yeah, I'm born Trinidadian.
Oh, you're Trinidadian. Welcome to the Spice Isle.
I've been here since I was 15. I'm quite welcome.
So,
How did you deal with it?
Well, and on the said afternoon, I came home from school, tried to do my normal routine, and I just found myself saddened. I just started crying for no reason at all. I was just crying, profusely crying, and I wouldn't stop. And I was the oldest in the house because my aunt was out and my cousins were younger than me. And they didn't know what to do. So they called the neighbor. Neighbor came over, didn't know what to do, called another neighbor, and they decided to call my mother's best friend, who was, well, she was in the, what we call a country area in Trinidad, and I was living in the town area. Okay. And then she came down and she took me to stay with her for the night. Tried to calm me down, and tried to figure out what was going on.
Your mom was not there?
No, my mom was living in Grenada at the time.
Okay.
I didn't grow up with my mother.
Okay.
And that was a Friday night. I remember it very well. It was I think, it was around the carnival season, and I think it was preliminaries or something so for the calypso. And yeah, my aunt was selling in the savannah. She normally would do that every carnival. And I was taken to the country, and then when my aunt came home, they told her what happened and stuff. And then they called my mom. But before my mom got here, they took me to a counselor, to a psychiatrist actually. And he suggested that I go to the Ward 8, which is the equivalent to Radoon in Trinidad General Hospital. And I was then diagnosed as being bipolar after observation. And
how do you take it? How do you feel? You're 15 years old and you know us already in the Caribbean. They tell you the stigma attached to mental health, to mental illness, and they tell you you're bipolar. How did you digest that?
Well, I wasn't familiar with the stigma because I know people. Well, in Trinidad, I see people all the time. Their head not right. You see them walking the streets, digging the bin, but that never moved me. I never really paid any attention. But and I was not familiar with mental illness at that tender age. And when I was diagnosed, it just dawned on me that I have a mental condition, and I have to work with what I have.
It sounds very easy for you to
work on what I have.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds very easy for you to digest it. How did your family take it?
Well, I don't know how they took it. They were very, well, I shouldn't say I don't know, they were very concerned. Everybody, my aunts, my grandparents, even my little cousins, everybody, they were very concerned, my grandfather. I was admitted to the unit, as I said, in Trinidad, and my mom flew in a couple of days after, and she came and she saw me, and she decided that she's going to take me. It's time for her to take me. So that part, that was the hardest part in the entire ordeal.
Having to leave what you were familiar with in Trinidad and coming to Grenada.
And what I found was really hard is that I was leaving school, the crucial part of my schooling, most crucial part. And that also acted on my nerves or my psyche.
So, did you go back to school before coming to Grenada, or?
No, I came to Grenada and then started school following September.
Okay. So, you come to Grenada, did anybody in the area know about this or not?
Yes, yes, there was a neighbor that was very close to the family. She knew. She was told, because she, as I said, she was close. She was a close friend of the family. She and her family was a close friend of the family. So my mother would have explained to her, because she was a school teacher as well, but she was teaching in a private primary school, and she also had 2 daughters. At the time when I came, one was in primary school and the other one was in convent. So she was aware of what was going on.
So how did the diagnosis affect your life?
Well, not the diagnosis that affected my life, it's the illness that affected my life. But when I say the diagnosis, what I think really affected me the most was trying to relocate from Trinidad, which is a fast-paced country, to Grenada, which is low-key.
Okay.
So that I had a problem with that. But in the first instance, my mother told me that I was coming to Grenada, to get away from, from Trinidad, from that environment, and then I would go back to Trinidad and finish my schooling, and after that, do whatever I want. But when I got here, it was a whole different kettle of fish.
Ouch. That causes problems.
Well, I
It
had
does.
to deal with it.
Yeah, it does. It would cause problems. And so the illness throughout from 15 to now, do you think about, okay, I should ask you, are you doing in your life now what you wanted to do when you were younger, before
No.
15?
No.
What did you want to do?
Well, I wanted to be. I had a couple things that I wanted to do. First of all, I was a science student in school, and I was a science student. I wanted to do civil engineering. That is what the career path I wanted to take, and well, it never happened.
Why?
Because of the workload.
Or they thought it was too much for you to...
I decided it was too much for me. I had to lie low. I had to do so. That was my ambition. And I also, in Trinidad, I don't know if you guys over here know that, but in Trinidad there was something that they call I'm not sure how to term it, but it was like, okay, there would be a day that the students, the secondary school students, or the student would get to go into, not politics for the day, but yes, so going to do something like that for the day, get into government for the day.
Okay.
And after hearing about that, I said to myself, I wanted to be the first woman prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, that never happened.
Kamala, this is ambiguous.
Oh, she beat me to it by far.
Discover beauty with confidence at HD Lady Limited, Grenada's home for vegan, cruelty-free, high-definition cosmetics. Visit us at the Deco Building, Tempe St. George, or the Outlet Galleria Mall, Grand Anse. Shop online at hdladymakeup.com or order via WhatsApp at 473-406-2129 for convenient delivery or pickup. From professional makeup artistry to premium skincare and beauty education, HD Lady empowers your beauty your way. HD Lady Limited, confidence redefined. Do you like soca and calypso music as much as I do? Ooh, you like to shake it? Look no further. Livewire HD, online or 101.1 FM. Soca first. Soca music all day, every day. Where else you getting that? Only on Livewire HD. Alright? 101.1 FM. LiveWireHD.com. Do you like this painting behind me? I know I do. I love it. It belongs to one of my friends who's an artist, John Henry, and he was so gracious to allow it to be a part of my set. And you know what? If you would like to have it in your home, you can. Okay? So, if you'd like to purchase it, message me and I'll put you in touch with John Henry.
When you look back now, do you think that you cheated yourself out of things because of the illness? Or
No, I don't look at it as cheating myself. I just look at it that I wasn't really able to achieve my goals that I set for myself. That I wasn't able to attain. But I didn't let it keep me down. I don't ponder on it. I just move on, get up and move on.
so like, okay, so if you say, for example, you have a breakdown, right? You have to go to Monkey. Have you visited from Monkey in Grenada?
Of course.
Just asking. Alright. So when you go there, how do you feel?
Well, okay, my illness is bipolar, also known as manic depression. So it's a chemical imbalance, and the medication that I take is medication to keep me level, to keep me not manic, not depressed, but on our level wavelength. And when I have a breakdown, it's either I'm depressed or I'm manic.
Believe me, I understand.
Right. So basically, when I go to Mongi, it's to get me back to the level.
That base level.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, so because I am also diagnosed with bipolar disorder, right? And the diagnosis came in my mid to late 20s. And I was faced with a lot. It came, for you were studying for exams and everything. For me, it's the birth of my daughter triggered.
Okay.
Because a lot of things.
Yes, stress.
All these things cause the body to react. To throw out of alignment.
Yes.
Do you go back in your mind per se, and do you see before the diagnosis, right? Before you're 15 years? Do you see patterns or in the past?
Anything that would have led to that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Alright. So when you go to Mongi and you come out, do you think about the stigma in Grenada?
Well, I don't have time to think about the stigma. When I go to Mongi and I come out, I go there to get back on the level, and when I come out, I look to move on. I don't have time to study about the stigma and what people think. I don't have time for that. I just look to move on, to press on, and to try to see how I can keep myself well. I don't think about the stigma, because you think about it, sit down and you think about it, and what does it do? Exactly. It doesn't help the situation.
Have people treated you differently as a result?
Yes, a lot of people, but I don't take it on. I don't take it on. I just say, people would say what they have to say, people would do what they have to do, and so do I. I have to do what I have to do.
What would you say to someone right now? Because a lot of people use the word depression or depressed very flippantly. I'm feeling depressed. But when you've been through depression, as you and I would have experienced, what do you say to someone who is going through severe depression and he or she does not know what to do? Because remember, September is a month of World Suicide Prevention. I'm going to ask you, I hope it's up to you. Have you ever ventured to that point where you felt like you just want to give up?
Yes, I did. And that was when I came to Grenada and realized that I was not going back to Trinidad to finish school.
Okay. Did you attempt or you just thought it?
Well, it was a thought.
So what do you say to someone now who is going through depression and they don't know what to do?
Talk to someone. confide in someone. If you don't know who to talk to, go to a doctor, go get some medical professional help.
Yeah, because sometimes when you say talk to someone, it's very open. You know that?
Yeah.
Because we have an issue, we have a problem with confidentiality. And there are times, especially with mental health conditions and mental illness, a lot of people don't want others to know. You know, so I might come to you and say, I'm not feeling too good today, and you would keep it between both of us because we understand what's going on.
Yes.
But someone else, hey, Sana says she getting sick. You know?
Yeah. And then everybody watching in a kind of way.
Exactly. I have had the situation where the situation where I lost my temper because something happened.
Yeah.
It's a normal emotion.
Everybody just loses temper. It ain't have nobody in the place so who doesn't get upset.
And then the person whom I was interacting with decided I was getting sick.
Yes, I understand that. I can see to that.
That is why
I never had that experience. No, because I learned to curb my anger at a very young age. So I never really, but even if I get vexed with somebody and they're thinking it, they ain't saying it for me to hear.
No, I like when you say you go in, you get your help, and you come out and you keep going, you keep moving. Because anybody who's looking at this show know that a mental health condition, a mental illness is just an illness.
Like any other illness.
Any
like
other illness.
Diabetes, like cancer, prostate cancer. I mean, it's an illness, but it's just not physical. It is with the mind. It's in the mind.
Right. And because of that, sometimes when you feel ill, so you have a cold, you have a bad cold, sometimes
to get help.
you get help. And you come back, you get better, you keep moving. But there is this fear that because the mind, because there's no full understanding of it, of course, people are afraid of what you could do.
Yes.
You would harm them because they always go to the furthest extent.
Yeah.
That you would harm them. All right, and that is what. And what another thing is that I don't know if you observe that is that on the spectrum you have the lowest at the what we see where mental health is concerned, where people are, as you were saying, on the street eating out of the garbage. So that is what they lump, and
that's what they think mental
illness is.
So anybody who have a mental problem, they think that they could do that or they could harm you.
Right.
Yes.
And whereas they might be going to a lawyer who has a mental health
and
condition,
they don't even know.
They're going to a doctor
who has a mental health condition and
they do not know.
Teacher,
yes.
Anybody.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in Grenada with mental disorder that they get their treatment, they get their help, they take their medication, and they are good.
Yes. And that's exactly the conversation we need to have, so that the stigma that we face could be reduced and removed.
Well, it will not be removed because Grenadans are very ignorant where mental health is concerned.
And that is why we need to have that conversation, so people could realize that it's just another illness. Yeah. And you take care of yourself. And I like that you said that when you have a breakdown, you go to Monge, you get help, you come back out, and you keep it moving. Do you have any regrets?
It is not my fault that I got sick. It's not my fault that I have this illness. So no, I don't regret. I don't have any regrets. It's just that I wish it never happened, but it did, so I deal with it.
And someone who, you said earlier, speak with someone, speak with a doctor and so on. You know, any thoughts, anything you want to share with someone who is viewing this show, who might be having some suicidal ideation, going through a stressful time in their life? You're very tough. Like that comes across.
Yeah.
But there are lots of people who are not like you and I, you know. And I wouldn't say weak, it's just that they have not built up that skin, that other level, that other coverage to guard them. And as you say, Grenadians, there's a stigma associated. The ignorance. So what would you say to someone, maybe a 15-year-old, like you, who could have been just now diagnosed? What do you say to that young person, boy or girl?
I would say, as I said before, anytime you feel that you think you're not feeling well, there must be somebody you could confide in. There must be somebody you could talk to. A friend, a family member, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, anybody. You know, talk to them, let them know how you're feeling, so that you can get help in the early infant, so that you don't get out of control. That is what I would say to them.
And you said that Grenadians are ignorant. What would you like to, you know, when mental health is concerned, what would you like to say to them?
Well, I don't know what to say to them because I can't change anybody's mind. The population, the majority of the population, they don't understand it, so they just stigmatize it, you know. But now that it is coming out into the open, and there's a lot of programs about mental health and suicidal illness and all of that. So they're starting to understand, but you would never get everybody to understand. There would still be maybe the minority. Mm-hmm. Right now it's a majority, but maybe the minority will understand, and you know, I don't know what. But talk to someone. That when you talk, you feel better. In any situation you are in, when you speak about it, you get the burden is lifted off of you and you feel better. So find somebody, talk to them, let them know what you're going through, and hopefully you get help and, you know, get over.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Avellena, for coming on Starting Over. You know, Starting Over, we're talking about whether it's illness, whether it's starting over from a divorce, a death. The fact of the matter is, we want a clean slate to move ahead, many a times. And this platform, this is giving my viewers an opportunity to hear the stories of others so that we can learn from each other and grow and get better. You understand? And that's the whole aim of Starting Over. So I want to say thank you so much for coming on.
One thing I'd like to say, as I said before, there's a lot of people who are diagnosed with mental disorders and they take their treatment and they are okay and they seem normal. But there are also the group that, like me, I have the breakdown repeated many times. And I'm not totally healed. It could happen anytime. I could get a breakdown tomorrow, I could get a breakdown next week. But what I do, I try to take my medication, try to eat healthy, try to exercise, and eating and exercise is very important. You know. So I would say to people with mental illness that you need to eat nutritious food, you need to exercise. We don't like to walk anymore. We have buses, we have cars, we just jumping around and we're gone, we're not walking. Walking is one of the best exercise in any, out of all the exercise. It's easy to do and you know, it helps a lot.
I know, believe me.
And a lot of times too, we don't watch what we eat, we just eat. And sometimes they don't put on the weight, but it still affects your body if you're not eating nutritious food. And also you need to take vitamins as well. It's very important to take supplements. Vitamin D, vitamin C, B complex, iron, blood tablets. These things are very important to the body. You need to have a healthy body, right? You need a healthy body to have a healthy mind. So I would say, eat healthy, get exercise, and when you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling well, talk to somebody, get help.
Do you like soca and calypso music as much as I do? Ooh, you like to shake it? Look no further. Livewire HD, online or 101.1 FM. Soca first. Soca music all day, every day. Where else you getting that? Only on Livewire HD. Alright? 101.1 FM. LiveWireHD.com. Do you like this painting behind me? I know I do. I love it. It belongs to one of my friends who's an artist, John Henry, and he was so gracious to allow it to be a part of my set. And you know what? If you would like to have it in your home, you can. Okay? So, if you'd like to purchase it, message me and I'll put you in touch with John Henry.
Discover beauty with confidence at HD Lady Limited, Grenada's home for vegan, cruelty-free, high-definition cosmetics. Visit us at the Deco Building, Tempe St. George, or the Outlet Galleria Mall, Grand Anse. Shop online at hdladymakeup.com or order via WhatsApp at 473-406-2129 for convenient delivery or pickup. From professional makeup artistry to premium skincare and beauty education, HD Lady empowers your beauty your way. HD Lady Limited, confidence redefined.